Now,
How did this fly get in there? Somebody got a fly swatter?
yeehaw!
It was a shot of Prairie Jesus is really what it was.
It was.
You'd think we would be getting used to it, but we never get used to it. We never get tired of good things happening.
This life doesn't get old.
No. It was a nice little distraction from the real world, and here we are today for a coffee session.
This is the Rod Pedersen Show.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Canada's daytime sports talk show, your favorite sports talk show. We are live, coming to you from the sweatpants capital. And John Frenzy's with us. How are you, Frenzy?
I'm doing great, Rob. Yeah, it's a great day out there, too. Going to be a super day, probably the best day of the year.
Yeah? What makes you say that?
It's going to be hot.
You talking about weather? Oh, yeah, I know. Everything's good. Everybody's in a good mood for the most part.
If the weather's beautiful like this, everybody's in a good mood.
Well, for the most part, we do have a lot of football to get to today because it is a thing that we call Football Friday. So hang on for that. We're excited. John Frenzy with us. Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers alum Tori Gurley will be with us, our NFL insider. I've been waiting all week to get to these hot-button NFL issues, and Tori will get to the bottom of them with us later on. And the color voice of the Edmonton football team, Dave Soupy Campbell, will be with us later on in hour 2 when he finishes up a Zoom meeting, he told Clark. So I'm looking forward to that. And also from Kraft Hockeyville, the Lumsden community trying to be the first Saskatchewan community to win. We've never, ever won.
Glad to hear you say it. That's the way I feel. I
don't understand why.
Well, I think they're against us. But, I mean, that's me, that's me talking. Well, I mean, look at those places that have won. It's our turn to win. We need to fix up that rink for $250,000 out in Lumsden. Good town, by the way, Lumsden.
Wonderful town.
Great sporting fans, good hockey team. And they'll put a good rink together there, and they deserve that. I hope they get it. Don McLean talks about it, but he said, well, we'll be there. Yeah, but okay, it's our turn. They've been to Alberta. They've been to BC. They've been to New Westminster. They've been to New Brunswick. It's our turn.
Okay, so we've got, the people from other provinces are chiming in, and that's totally fine. It is Canada's daytime sports talk show. My good friend Dan Crofty writing in, Croft Electric. He's got the link in here, crafthockeyville.ca. Voting is now open. A vote for Lumsden is a vote for Saskatchewan. Help hockey here. He's out in that community. So the link is there. And I would just tell you, if you, for the viewers that are watching on television, if you can go to crafthockeyville.ca today, wherever you're watching from in North America or around the world, slip in a vote. And I'm just going to say for Saskatchewan because that's where we're at. Okay? And we've never, ever, ever won. So that's a big deal today.
How is the winner chosen?
By vote, John. That's why they're having a vote.
Oh, that's not too fair.
So, anyways, let's get to the quick 6 show topics, please. He's saying it's not fair because we have the smallest population. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. So, just think about that. So, there are some hockey items in my quick 6 show topics, but I'm starting with football. Here's my take. I've had 24 hours to think about what Dave Naylor tweeted yesterday that the CFL leaders are, and they're going through Dave, which is fine, saying our return to play subject to the government approval. Now, that is not cutting it for me, and I think it's unfair that they've got a foot in both pools, and John has a take on that. To me, this is where leadership comes from. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it, and we're going to play. And it's... Go back to what Larry Smith said last week on TSN 690 Montreal. It's everything that I've been saying for months, but Larry summed it up a lot better. It's an absolute must to play or you're dead anyways. So what I'm saying is, John, let's go down swinging. Whether you're playing in a bubble or playing on the moon, I can't believe they're trying to give themselves a little bit of wiggle room to get out. Now,
that's very well put. That's beautiful. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, what is your take on what I'm saying? If you're going to go down swinging 100%. Instead of whatever this is.
100% right what you're saying. And Larry Wright. No. The guy, our commissioner. Right?
Randy Ambrosie.
He's trying to build a cushion for himself, a safety cushion. If he can't do it, if nothing's going to happen, which I don't think it will, he'll say as a final resort, I'm going to get the XFL to join with you, with the Rock and everybody. It'll be sensational. That's the way I look at him. Otherwise, we're going to be fighting ourselves here. But I really do believe right now, if we can get these vaccinations in there, we can, like in Saskatchewan, get 50,000 people have been vaccinated. Sure to God, there'd be 10,000 fans of that, football fans, that would be willing to go to games. Eh? And as the vaccinations and get more and more, it's safer to go out inside and live and breathe, they'll get more and more going to the park. That I think by the end of the year, it could be a very happy situation. We're getting crowds at 20 to 30,000 for our final 2 games and for the playoff game.
Well, where I'm thinking, and forgive me, I'm just retweeting the Game Plus tweet promoting our show on Game Plus television across all 10 provinces and 31 states. Here's my thinking. I don't know what the numbers are. I'm seeing 2% of Canada's vaccinated fully. We need 70 to 90% to open state. Look, let's just assume it's not going to happen. Let's just assume that there's no crowds. This is my point. Tune into Cat Country 98 FM today because I was fairly firm on this. I defended the CFL to everybody that said they're the only league not playing, which isn't really true. But they are a big league. And you've had over a year now. I saw Farhan Lalji of TSN was on radio in this market yesterday saying that they're no further ahead than they were 13 months ago. And I'm sorry, that is unacceptable. Not playing in 2021 is indefensible for anybody. I can't defend you guys anymore if you can't find a way to play. Now, there was news tweeted this morning by the account CFL on Reddit, who's a good, what should I say, colleague of mine, associate, that there may be good news coming with regards to, I told him I wouldn't break, well, he's since deleted the tweet, but there may be an announcement coming. That's all I can say. There would be good news to play this year, but it's not coming out of the owner's pockets, John, and I guess that's what has me disappointed. Guys, are you big dogs or are you not big dogs? We're trying to treat this league with the reverence that it respects 107 years. I get what Calvin McCarty's saying, but Calvin, you're not a businessman.
Yeah.
And that whole business, you've had the opportunity to get money from certain sources, but you don't want to take it because you're afraid you can't pay it back. What does that say?
You're afraid. You're a chicken. I just really would like to know what they did for the last 2 months in those supposed meetings for that first month of October last year, when they're really working their heads off, and the people defend them. Well, you know, this guy who was sitting with us yesterday, John Lip, defends them, eh?
Yeah.
They work their ass off.
Well, of course.
Those guys really work their ass off. Well, they still got asses on them, I can see that. They don't get anywhere.
That's very good, Lee.
They come back the same location, the same situation.
Well, listen,
nothing's been done.
These owners and presidents and governors forever have been hiring and firing people with little regard for those people because they say it's a results-based business, and that's fine. We're all on board with that. Guys, where's your results? Where are they? Get on the damn field. I don't care how hard you're working.
Well,
you've had 13 months to figure this out. It's indefensible if they don't play, so don't give yourself wiggle room to say it's because of the virus. Thank you,
agree,
John.
110.
Thank you. I'm very upset because there's a lot of people that are looking up to them as leaders, and there's no results to go along with that.
I had
That's
a good
my
friend
take
of ours,
this morning
a
on
mutual
this.
good friend of ours, outstanding football man, telling me that Saskatchewan will go. It can go. The problem thing that he said you and Pedersen have to worry about is who are they going to play? There are not going to be enough teams there to play. Eastern teams don't want to play very badly. Well, what do they want to do? They want to watch soccer, tiddlywinks, cricket, everything else. So it's a problem with that. And that is a real problem. I don't know how you get around that.
Well, we had a guy in here yesterday sitting where John is. We were taping our weekend show for Access Now Television. His name's John Lipp. And for those of you that don't know, he was the president of the Rough Riders in the mid-'90s. He brought the first ever Grey Cup to Taylor Field in this town before 55,000 people. And what did he say? He said, there will be football for you to cheer for. There will be Rough Riders football in Mosaic Stadium in the years ahead. And if we are merged with the XFL, it's not the worst thing in the world. He's coming around to it. So whatever happens, this is what Larry Smith was saying. Don't talk to me about the XFL, which it sounds like Larry Smith doesn't know what's going on there, and that's fine. He's a conservative senator. It's not his job. He's saying what matters is this year. Yeah. And listen, from the phone calls that I've had this week, they're blowing this whole thing up by next year anyways. That's what's happening with the Canadian football. It's going to be blown up. It's going to be pretty much unrecognizable. Has Naylor hinted enough that you realize that now?
Yeah.
But where does that leave us in 2021? You can't throw these players, coaches, and staff to the wolves, and not to mention doing a slow dance with a sponsor when you have no intention of leaving the dance with them.
A disaster.
It's the teasing is wrong.
A disaster. Embarrassing and disaster. A major sport in Canada falling apart. Not there. One that unites the whole provinces, all the provinces. I still say I'm surprised the premiers of this country of ours, this great country, haven't got together and said, hey, no way, we got to have football here. I'm surprised that Mo hasn't. Because we think, well, I said that before, and I thought, well, don't be so hard on the guy. He doesn't know much about football. Being from Strasbourg, I guess, that's a low blow. But he was there when the previous mayor, what was the guy's? The premier.
Oh, you lost me on this story. I'm reading comments.
The premier, the former premier.
Brad Wall?
Wall. When Wall put this together, one of the key guys, Mo was his right-hand man in the government. One of the guys, so he knows all about the football. Mo knows all about the football. He knows how important it is. I don't know why those guys haven't got together with Kenny and the guy in Manitoba who's really good. The guy in BC is a bit of a screwball. The guy in Ontario, I don't know, but made sure it happened.
Doug Ford, you're talking about Brian Pallister. You're talking about the premiers. Like, can I bring this back?
What?
Get it on track again,
Yes.
please? Craig James writes in. He says, good afternoon, Rod and Canada from Orlando, Florida. Been watching a lot in the past few months, admiring and taking notes for our show. Keep up the awesome work. Well, thank you, Craig, for watching. I don't know that you would want to follow this, but hey, be my guest. Donald Mitchell, the Navy man, says MLSE could write the check, but it seems they think they have a route to the NFL if the CFL dies. They are still dreaming. You're getting warmed on.
But they got him a new stadium, Donnie. Remember that now.
Yeah. I said, I'm bringing it back here. From Michael Joel Hansen on Twitter, he says, I don't think faith in MLSE is warranted when it comes to saving the CFL. Larry Tannenbaum has done everything he can to bring the NFL to Canada with the Bills and Toronto series, to trying to then buy that same team to possibly move it. I think all MLSE sees is potential for money.
Yeah, that's a pretty good statement.
Yes.
Go along
You're
with that.
getting warm. And what did I just say? This is all going to be blown up after this year anyways. But for the people that are currently in the CFL, the workers that have given their blood, sweat, and tears, they deserve better than to be dangled of what's going on right now.
I hope
so that's John. We have the rest of the show here. I got to stay on track with the warm-up here for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. So to point 2 of the Quick Six show topics. National Hockey League top 5. John, who do you think is the number 1 team in the National Hockey League right now? Who would you say it is? It's the Carolina Hurricanes. Thanks for playing.
Tampa Bay.
Number 2, the New York Islanders. Number 3, the Colorado Avalanche. Number 4, the Tampa Bay Lightning. And number 5, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Those are the top 5 in the NHL. Don't at me. Here are your bottom 5, John. Are you ready?
Yep.
Bottom 5 in the National Hockey League. Number 27, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
The winners of only 2 of their last 10 games.
Surprising.
The 28th team, the Calgary Flames.
Oh, sad situation,
Dun, dun,
buddy.
dun, 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 dun. The Ring of Fire. Very
was
sad.
that?
How about that? They're now in the bottom 5, the Calgary Flames. 29th team, the Detroit Red Wings.
Yes.
30th team, the Ottawa Senators.
Yep.
The 31st team, the Buffalo Sabres.
And Ottawa and Buffalo are ahead of Calgary now. Boy, that's got to be unbelievable. Unbelievable, boy.
Take it to the bank.
Oh.
Point 3, Thursday NHL leftovers. I have one. The Oilers beat Ottawa. What was it, 3-1?
Yeah.
I'm just putting this out for discussion, and Oiler fans are mad. 9 of the Oilers' 25 wins have come against the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah. I know that.
9-0 against Ottawa this year. People are writing me going, well, what are you saying? What are you saying about that? I'm saying they weren't against the Leafs. That's what I was saying. Because they said, well, we can only beat the teams that are below us, but you weren't beating the good teams. So I understand where the Leafs fans are coming from, and they're upset about that. But if you want to know what I'm saying by the fact that 9 of their 25 wins are against Ottawa, is that 9 of their 25 wins haven't come against the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've been schooled by the Maple Leafs this year. So you know what I'm saying. Point 4, Frozen 4 results. Man, NCAA does not fool around, Lynch. Like, you lose once, you're gone. You're done.
Yeah.
So for the Frozen 4 hockey tournament in Pittsburgh, it was Massachusetts, undermanned UMass, beating Minnesota Duluth 3-2 in overtime. So there will be no three-peat for the Bulldogs. That was the one game. Massachusetts goes straight to the final.
Yep.
And then St. Cloud State beating Minnesota State 5-4 in the Battle of Minnesota. So St. Cloud State moving on against UMass for our American friends that are following American college hockey.
Good hockey, though.
Yep. 0.5. DuPont will be in here later to talk about all the things that aren't related to what Lynch and I are talking about, and that includes the Masters. Justin Rose, way out in front after day one.
Yep.
But they're not handing out checks after day one to anybody, not the golfers, not the poolies. But I will say my wife has Justin Rose in her pool. So we'll see how that goes. And then 0.6 was I had the Blue Jays have lost 3 straight, but I want to talk about something else other than that because it is Football Friday. And Tori Gurley, by the way, my screen's not working here, Clarks. You'll have to let me know when Tori's ready. And we're running out of time here in the warm-up for the Four Seasons. But just this NFL thing with Aaron Rodgers. I've been waiting all week to talk about it. I'm upset that he's upset. I'm angry, John, that Aaron Rodgers... Here's the quote this week. He threw a wrench into the Packers' plans by having an MVP season last year, Aaron Rodgers. Oh, they tried to get rid of me. They drafted Jordan Love in the first round, but hey, I went out and was the MVP.
A lot of truth in it.
What do you tell me you're on Aaron Rodgers' side?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just like, looking at the statement, the facts. He had a great year. He had a spectacular, probably his best, except for
John,
that Western National Feed Final.
This is what you and I talked about in the car ride up here. The moment you step on the field the first time as the starter, they're looking for your replacement.
Oh, sure.
And he did it to Favre. Why would anybody listen in on Aaron Rodgers? And if you are that pouty pants about the fact they drafted a quarterback, then go play somewhere else. Yeah. But he won't go play somewhere else for a variety of reasons.
But I'll tell you, the first time Love goes on the field this year, he's going to get a start somewhere. What's going to happen to Aaron Rodgers? Oh,
yes.
They'll show him the sidelines pouting, won't they? All the time, eh?
Yep. Yeah. I'm going to read just a couple comments from Troy in Toronto from Sober Athletic, where it says, a golf shirt, Rod. Things must be heating up in the sweatpants capital. They are. I'll be wearing a golf shirt probably the rest of the way. And what's it going to be, Lynch, today? 17?
Yep, 17. Best
I'm
day
having coffee outside tomorrow.
Hottest day of the year.
And from Jeff the Stamps fan says, normally I would accuse Rod of being a troll putting Calgary so low, but I can't argue with him in this case. I'm actually trying to not appear like a troll. That's how badly I don't want to troll the Calgary Flames, but they haven't done anything to prove me wrong, and the Flames are now in the bottom 5.
What's wrong with them?
We don't have time for that. Tori Gurley coming up next. This has been the warm-up for the Four Seasons Sports Palace. You're watching the RP Show on Game Plus TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, and 24-hour sports talk at rodpedersen.com.
You're watching Rod Pedersen on demand. For more of the Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.